Hello, everyone. My name is Valentina Rodriguez, and I'm part of the release team for 1.10, Kubeflow 1.10, but also I'm the release manager for Kubeflow 1.11. And it's my pleasure today being here to talk about Kubeflow 1.10 release, provide updates and features review. The agenda for today is to talk about releasing and themes, the different distribution participations and ecosystem, ML lifecycle with Kubeflow components, feature details by different working groups. So you will hear about each of the working groups' liaisons and text lists, about the different exciting things that are coming into this 1.10. And last, we'll be discussing about the Kubeflow community, how to join, how to contribute, and how to be aware of everything that's going on in our community. Within the release team, everyone worked really hard to bring you many features, security patches, upgrades, and so on. So Riccardo Martinelli is the release manager for 1.10. We have our product manager, Dimitris, as well, and the working group liaisons who bring every week different updates. So we want to thank every one of them who contributed to this release. And I want to also express gratitude and thank you to Julius, who's been working really hard on cutting the releases and being always with us in every meeting. But also a special thanks to Milos, Albert, Manos, Silesh, Tarek, and Mateo, of course. I think I am not, I think I mentioned everyone here, of course, and everyone who is on the list, of course. The teams, in terms of training, we are working hard on bringing you training operator in the next release. So the other things that we have released on this release is model registry UI, Spark operator as part of core Kubeflow component, Kubeflow pipelines 2.4.1, and also Kubernetes and container security compatibility. When looking into the distribution participation and ecosystem, Kubeflow is a big community that is really composed about users, contributors, but also distributions that are collaborating with us as well. So I want to say thank you to everyone who helped us in this release by testing, but also contributing to source code. I want to mention Canonical, Nutanix, Red Hat, and Kubo. Please refer to the tracking issue if you want to explore more information. And here I have a view of what are all the different components that helps you in each specific cycle. So looking into the Spark operator for data preparation before you start doing model development with notebooks, but also Katit, which helps with model optimization and hyperparameter tuning. Once you start building all those components together, you want to start training your model. And this will go, of course, into a repeated process. But this is thanks to the training operator that I mentioned in the next release. We will have a trainer operator 2.0. And then once you want to serve the model, you can do this with Kserve. So as you can see, we provide an end-to-end life cycle for ML and AI applications. So right now we are looking into this slide, but if you think about it, it's all connected also to any type of AI applications. Once you serve your model, you can start consuming it from any application. And this Kubeflow provides the foundation for you to make it really easy in a Kubernetes cluster, providing with all the tools so you don't need to worry about the underlying complexity. You just need to worry about working on your model and building that application. Now we will talk about the different detailed components, and for that, we will be looking into the different working groups. We'll pass it over to Julius right now, who will be talking about platform.
Hello and welcome to the Kubeflow platform updates for 1.10. My name is Julius von Kohout, and I'm the working group lead of Kubeflow platform, so manifest and security. I'm also a member of the Kubeflow steering committee, and today I'm proud to present together with Tarek Abu Zaid, the platform liaison for the 1.10 release.
Hello everyone. For Kubeflow 1.10 release updates, we have included Spark Operator version 2.1. It's not installed by default, but we have documentation available about how you can enable it. We have also improved our documentation regarding how to install, extend, and upgrade Kubeflow. More details about the Kubeflow 1.10 and the planned items for Kubeflow 1.11, please check the links provided. For Kubeflow components versions, listed are the available versions in Kubeflow 1.10. We have also updated our platform shared components to the latest available releases. For Kubernetes, Kubeflow 1.10 was tested on versions 1.31 through 1.33, and it should also work with version 1.29 plus. Now, I will hand over to Julius for a deep dive into Kubeflow 1.10 security.
Now, regarding security, we have a few important items. First of all, we have significantly reduced the CVEs across all working groups. This can be seen in our regulatory scans as well. You can easily obtain them from our GitHub Actions, including some nice CVE diagrams. But this is only one part of what I call CISO compatibility. The second part is enforcing Kubernetes and container security best practices. There we have achieved rootless containers / pod security standards restricted for the shared components and a few applications so far. The remaining applications are on average 50% done, but for example, KFP is closer to 95% done. Now, regarding authentication, we have removed ORDC auth service in favor of the popular OAuth2 proxy. We have also improved our documentation for OAuth2 proxy and DEX, such that you can easily connect your own identity provider and onboard your existing users into your Kubeflow cluster. I also want to highlight that we have a lot of first-time contributors, so thank you to everyone who helped with the platform release.
Now I will pass over to Sailesh, who will be talking about Katib and trainer updates.
Hi, I'm Sailesh, the liaison for the Katib and training operator working groups. Today, I'll be sharing some of the key updates introduced in Kubeflow 1.10 for Katib and training operator. With this release, training operator introduces native support for JAX with a new JAX job. JAX is a high-performance machine learning framework known for its flexibility, automatic differentiation capabilities, and seamless integration with hardware accelerators like GPUs and TPUs. With this update, users can now run distributed JAX training workloads directly with training operator, just as they would with frameworks like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and XGBoost. Training operator now also supports a new Managed by API to enable better orchestration with multi-queue and multi-cluster setups. It allows delegating reconciliation to a custom controller, which is the key for full multi-queue support of Kubeflow jobs, simplifying installation and enabling mixed job management in the same cluster. We are also excited to announce that we are working on Kubeflow Trainer v2, which will be the next generation of training operator. You can find more details on the Kubeflow Trainer website. Starting off with updates from Katib. Support for multiple parameter distributions. Katib now supports additional hyperparameter distributions such as log uniform, normal, and log normal, expanding beyond the previously limited uniform distribution. This enhancement provides greater flexibility and accuracy in tuning models, especially for parameters like learning rates that benefit from specific distribution types. Push-based metrics collection. The existing pull-based metrics collector poses several challenges, including difficulty in configuring scrape intervals, performance overhead from multiple sidecar containers, and constraints on environments requiring sidecar and webhook support. By enabling a push-based approach, Katib becomes more efficient, lightweight, and compatible with a wider range of development setups. Hyperparameter tuning for LLMs. Katib introduces a high-level API that automates hyperparameter optimization for fine-tuning large language models on Kubernetes. It simplifies the process by allowing users to define objective functions, integrate pre-trained models and datasets from platforms like Hugging Face and S3, and automatically manage the creation and execution of experiments and trials. This is the architecture of the hyperparameter optimization for LLMs. It enables data scientists to run hyperparameter tuning experiments efficiently using a simple Python SDK. Users define experiments in Python, specifying the model, dataset, hyperparameters, objective metrics, search algorithm, resource allocation per trial worker, and other settings. Models and datasets can be downloaded from providers like Hugging Face or Amazon S3, leveraging training operator's storage initializer, which stores these assets as persistent volume claims for shared access. The experiment controller orchestrates the entire flow. It validates inputs, manages the experiment lifecycle, and coordinates between both the suggestion controller to generate candidate hyperparameter configurations and with the trial controller to schedule and manage execution of trials. The algorithm service works in a feedback loop with the suggestion controller refining hyperparameter suggestions based on the tuning algorithm and evaluation results. The trial controller distributes experiment trials across multiple workers. As the trials progress, their metrics are collected and logged in the CARTIB DB, supporting comprehensive result analysis and iterative optimization.
Now I will pass it to Elber, who will be talking about pipelines.
Hello, Kubeflow community. This is Helber Belmiro. For Kubeflow 1.10, we have pipelines 2.4.1, and we have several improvements and bug fixes for this version. I'd like to highlight support for placeholders in resource limits. It allows users to define dynamic resource limits using parameterized values, enabling more adaptable and reusable pipelines definitions. Support for loop parallelism, which gives users the ability to run massively parallel inference pipelines with more control over parallel executions in their workflows. It allows users to specify the maximum number of parallel iterations, preventing resource overutilization and improving system stability. Also, sub-DAG output resolutions, which allows pipelines using nested DAG work correctly and reliably when treated as components. The outputs from deeply nested DAGs will now resolve properly, avoiding broken dependencies. And we can check the full change log for Kubeflow 2.4.1 in this link. Yeah, that's it. See you.
Now I will pass it to Manos, who will be talking about notebooks and dashboard.
Hello, I'm Manos Vlasis, and I'm the liaison for the Notebooks Working Group. I'll talk a little bit about some of the updates that we brought for Kubeflow 1.10. First of all, the central dashboard and the CRUD buckets now expose Prometheus metrics, which make it easier for administrators to have an overview of the Kubeflow cluster. Note that apart from the default metrics, this also includes custom metrics, like a histogram of the response durations. There has also been a few important bug fixes, like a proper error message when notebook creation fails, and a fix for user logout when using auth2proxy. As always, the images for notebooks and workspaces have been updated to the newest versions, and most have already been migrated to GHCR to avoid the pool usage limits when using Docker Hub. Note that there's been a lot of development and focus on the newest version of notebooks, named 2.0, which will be included in one of the later releases, so stay tuned.
I want to provide an update on KServe as well, from providing a new Python SDK, but also an stable OCI storage, model cache feature, and also enhanced Hugging Face integration. Now I will pass it over to Milos, who will be talking about model registry.
Hello, everyone. The model registry team has packed this release with major upgrades. Today, we'll spotlight the two biggest. First, Lucas will unveil the brand new user-friendly web interface, your one place for model metadata, version tracking, and artifact management. Then Alessio will introduce the custom storage initializer, a streamlined way to pull and deploy models straight from the registry. Stick around, and before you go, please scan the QR code to join our user research panel and help shape future enhancements to Kubeflow Model Registry. Enjoy.
Welcome. Today we'll take a deeper dive into the Kubeflow Model Registry UI. A model registry is crucial in MLOps, acting as a central hub that bridges model experimentation and production. It helps teams collaborate, track model lineage, ensure governance, and manage the entire lifecycle efficiently. We'll start by registering a model programmatically, simulating the output of a training pipeline. Using the Python client, let me connect to the notebook itself. We define our model. Let's first install the dependencies. We'll first connect to the model registry that it's living right now under the Kubeflow user example.com profile, and it's called model registry service. So let's just get and connect to the service, and we'll just register a new model. In this case, it's just an ARIS model located in KServe examples model scale learn. In this case is a scale-learn model based on the IRS database. So let's just do that. We are registering that. And we can go back right now to the model registry settings to see that this model is already here. So let's explore what this UI can offer us. At first, we have the model registry selector. In case we have multiple model registries in our profile, we can select into both them all. Let's just go to the model. Here we can do a couple of things. We can start and add some details, and we are just gonna add some labels right here. And we can as well add some properties, something like that. And that's gonna be placed into the model registry data. As well as the model, we have model versions in which we have both the description, labels, and properties and metadata right here. We can locate the URI for this model. So with that, we can either create a new version. Right now we only have the V1, or we can archive that. Let's just create a new one. Let's just register this new version. It will be under model registry service. It's IRIS2. Let's just register this new one, and now we have both of them already here, both the V1.1 and V1. But as well as deploying by CLI, we can either delete one of the versions from the UI. We'll just go to the archive versions, and we'll see that this version is already archived. If we enter into this version, we'll see that it's here, it's archived, and we can restore that by clicking the restore version. So now both models are again up and ready. We can as well register a new model. Let's just try with Hugging Face model based on Llama 3. So this will be just a description of Llama 3.3 right here. Let's just get the 3.37 billion parameters. Let's just get the description for this model right here. And then we'll call it PyTorch right here. And the 6B parameters. From the URI, let's just get the one from Hugging Face. And let's register this model. So with that, we'll have a Llama 3 model right here. We can add labels to this model too. For example, PyTorch right here and other properties. And we can see as well that we have that right here. We get the same models with model versions and everything else. We can add those labels, such as if we want to detail here the PyTorch or wherever. And if we go back to our SDK, we can see that we can interact with that here. And we'll see that that same register model lives under Llama. We can under the SDK too. So this will be more or less all the features that we now have in the UI. Expect following features in the next release. But so far, that's everything that we have for this 1.10 release. Hope you like it and enjoy this new feature inside the Kubeflow central dashboard.
Hi everyone. Today I will be presenting an exciting new feature in the upcoming release of model registry in Kubeflow. It's called CSI, which stands for Custom Storage Initializer. This feature simplifies the process of serving machine learning models using directly the metadata from model registry. Let's see how. First, we will follow the official guide here on the Kubeflow website. You will find it under the components model registry installation page. Let's copy the snippet here for the CSI module in our terminal. And it's done. Now, next we will register a model in our Kubeflow cluster. To do so, I have a notebook here. So let's follow the steps. First, we will install the libraries. We need both model registry and kserve for this example. Then we initialize our model registry. Then here we register a model. Our model will be a scikit-learn model. Let's register it, and then we define the variable that we will use then in the inference service. Now that we have the variables, we can create the inference service. As you can see here, we use the model registry prefix. This will be used by kserve to know that it will be using the metadata from the model registry from this URL. This is the model name and this is the version. So kserve will use the URI that we have saved in the model metadata. Now let's create the inference service. Okay, it's done. Let's check in the dashboard here if everything is all right. Okay, it's still in progress and it's ready. Now let's try with some input data. Okay, and then with curl. All right, the predictions are correct. Thanks for watching.
In terms of the Spark operator, I want to provide an update that we did an upgrade to Spark 3.5.3, but also includes support to archive parameters for Spark Summit. Support for both templates for Spark 3.x applications, but also the use of NNS wrapper password instead of HCD password. And now I want to invite all of you to join our community. Our community is growing, it's diverse. We welcome everyone with different skills. Please join our website, start from there. In our website, you will find how to join the different meetings, but also how to start with Kubeflow. Please join in our community meetings. We meet every week. We have right now graduation calls, but also community calls. So everyone is welcome to contribute and participate, as well as joining our Slack. So our Slack is a great way to be always informed if you cannot make it to our meetings. And with that, thank you so much.